We are home from work. I need to get this crap off me. Fun fact, I shouldn't be wearing this type of shirt. I should be wearing FR type shirts because of what I do for a living, but they haven't come in yet, so I gotta wait for them to come in. My work provides them, so. As always, this quality of this video is not gonna be very good because A, I don't care how this quality turns out. B, my background, care less about it. This channel is not gonna be anything. It's not gonna become anything. All this stuff is just information I'm trying to get out that I wish was available 5-6 years ago when I first got into Kratom. So again, I'm just a meathead with an iPhone. So if you don't like the quality, please exit the video. Probably won't find it informational anyway if you care about the quality of my videos and all that nonsense. There's a bug right there. And get that bastard. Anyway, you can't tell I've had a lot of caffeine today. I didn't have my energy drinks today. I had to sip on pre-workout all day for 12 hours straight. So it is what it is. That Total War Redcon 1, baby. So like the title of the video says, don't quit Kratom until. And there's a couple things that I think you should have in play before you decide to quit. The first thing is to have a plan. You definitely need to have a plan. I tried quitting 2 or 3 times in the past and I wouldn't even last a full day. The longest I went pre-detox was 2 days. And even though I thought I had a plan, I didn't have the plan wasn't good enough, I guess you can say. So, which led me to actually go into detox because I tried and couldn't do it myself. Now this plan can also be towards the taper method. I tried the taper method and it did not work for me. I think I was just too far gone, taking 50 or 60 grams per day. It's hard to come down from that even in small increments, but I've read on Reddit that some people can do it. I just couldn't. So say what you want about me, couldn't do it. But make sure you have a plan in play. If you can, take time off work, or if it's a period of that you're going to school, if you can take time off school, that'd be even better, because going to work while you're going through the withdrawals, the lethargy, the mood, the cloud over your head, you're going to get all that. The restlessness, you're not going to be able to sleep at night. It's going to be rough. Now, on the opposite side of that spectrum, a lot of people do good with that, where they can go to work to keep themselves busy and their mind off things. But for me, I felt that the best time to do it, in my personal opinion, is to take time off work, take time off school. And you could also surround yourself around family and friends if they know what you're going through. Don't surround yourself by people that don't understand what you're doing and what you're going through, because they're just going to pick at that scab, you know, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you this way? What's going on? And if you can't tell them, then you can't tell them what you're going through, and they're not going to understand it. So maybe a good idea is to tell, if they don't know, tell them, hey, this is what I've been taking. This are my side effects of coming off of it. So just know, heads up. And maybe that'd be good to get that out in the open. You can get a good support system. I had an amazing support system when I quit. My wife, my son, I did the night before detox. I went and told, I invited my mother-in-law and father-in-law out to dinner with me and my wife. And I broke it down to them, because this is a 5 and 6 year addiction that I hid from them this whole time. And I even lived with them for a short period of time when we sold our house and we're transitioning into this dump that we're living in now, but this is temporary. But during that transition time, where we were over there with them, I was taking it every day in front of them, because it looks like a greens powder, obviously. So if they were to ask me about it, that's what I would have told them, but nobody ever asked, because I take a lot of supplements throughout the day. Obviously, Redcon 1, which doesn't make Kratom, thank God. But anyway, so yeah, make sure you have your support system in play if you need it, if you want it. I recommend it. Medication and supplements. I'm gonna do a whole video on the supplements to take, but there's plenty of information out there for this short video I'm making. Supplements, over-the-counter supplements, I tried almost all of them. And during the acute, during the first week, none of them worked for me. None of them worked for me. I even did the hot baths multiple times a night trying to sleep, the icy hot. I tried doing the heating pad. I tried doing the heated blanket, technically, even though it was just a blanket that I put a bunch of clothes on top of to give it some weight. None of it worked, but that doesn't mean anything. You may be able to get away with just taking, depends on how much you take, how your body reacts, whatever. You may be able to get away with just taking over-the-counter supplements to get through it for the most part. Depending on how deep your withdrawal symptoms are. Mine were heavy because I think I was drinking 50 or 60 grams for 3 out of those 5 or 6 years. So I mean, that's pretty heavy use, having to drink it every 2 hours, even in the middle of the night when I go to sleep. So I was a pretty heavy Kratom user, and I just took that all out and, you know, went to detox. So prescription medications, I had to, when I went to detox, I was prescribed something when I got out, and that's a whole different freaking story, but I ended up not being able to take it. And so I had to go through a couple different doctors, teledoc, as well as in-person clinics to try to find what would work for me. And I'm still going through them. As a matter of fact, I got a patch this side of my chest, if you guys can see it, of medication that slowly releases it for a full 7 days. I'm also taking a couple other things, but again, if you look up information, you can probably find this, but clonidine is what this patch is. If you can get a hold of gabapentin from your doctor, that's another great one, but be careful because you can get addicted to that as well. But that one's probably going to be the best bet. I did take some muscle relaxers during the week that I was off work. I feel like I can't think of the name of them, but it didn't help much with that restlessness and things like that. So won't even bring those up. Hydroxyzine, that's what's saving me right now as far as during the daytime, and trazodone at nighttime. So luckily I had a good teledoc, and he kind of understood what I was going through. I told him what I was taking, and he just added to that, and trazodone is what puts me to sleep at night. So all this stuff I could be taking while I'm still working where I'm working at. It's not gonna make me piss dirty on a U-weight like the first thing that I was taking when I got released from detox. But again, it's a whole different story. So again, over-the-counter supplements and having the pharmaceutical venture there. And also, I know this goes with making a plan, but make sure you have a plan to stay off. Do it for the why. Why are you coming off? For me, it wasn't for my family. It wasn't for my checkbook, because it wasn't breaking the bank. It wasn't for nobody. I wasn't a zombie on it. You know, you couldn't tell I was even on it, but I wasn't feeling it anymore. And it was starting to get to a problem where I was taking it every hour and a half, 2 hours at 5 gram increments, and I wasn't feeling it. Like it was going against me. So it was just time to come off it and quit, which is what I did, luckily. And I'm gonna go into more videos talking about more things that you can do with Kratom, quitting, the positives of Kratom, the negatives of Kratom. I am a Kratom advocate for the most part. I believe it has its place just like anything else. I do not believe it should be banned, but I believe there needs to be some transparency with taking Kratom because it is addictive. I don't care what anybody says. My opinion, addiction is not you going out and blowing some dude behind the dumpster to get your fix, or stealing from grandma to get your fix. Things like that. I believe that an addiction is something that you can't live without. And if you stop taking it, you're gonna go through withdrawals, which is what I mean by live without. You're not gonna be right. So that's what I mean by addiction. You're addicted to it. Caffeine is very addictive. We could all agree on that. And that's the same thing with Kratom. It is addictive. You can't go a day or two without caffeine. You're addicted to it. You can't go a day or two without Kratom, or even half a day without Kratom. You are addicted to it. So let's just call it what it is, guys. It's an addiction. All right, I got stuff to do, so I'm gonna get out of here. Again, if you want to follow, subscribe, I'm probably only get like 15 subscribers by the time I'm done making these videos, but you know what? As long as I can help at least 1 or 2 people, I'm happy.